Hey guys, it's Jasmine with Manifest Fast with Jasmine, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about how to get him back even when you're desperate. Now, here's the thing is don't feel bad, because almost everyone who wants to manifest their specific person is kind of desperate at first, or even maybe we're not desperate at first, but you kind of become desperate. You become uneasy. You become a little bit more freaked out when you think that maybe it's not working. As time moves along, you become more urgent, and it can seem to slip through your fingers, and that can really freak people out and make you feel desperate, even if you're not a desperate kind of person. And so let's talk about this, because in order to manifest what you want, you have to gain some control of your emotions. You have to gain some control of your mind, and you know that. But when you really want back a specific person, and you feel like it's not happening, it makes you feel desperate. And then you can't gain that control that you need in order to manifest what you want. So what needs to happen? First of all, we have to understand, number one, that the mind is doing what the mind is doing. The emotions are doing what the emotions are doing. And make sure that you stay tuned all the way until the end, because I'm going to have some more tips on this and direction for you guys at the end of the video. But the first step is to relax, because we get all caught up in what we think is like a story that we think is real. And that story is something that we will actually keep alive in our actions, even if it's not alive outside of us, even if it's not true. We will make it true with our behavior because we believe it. And so you have to find a way to separate yourself from your emotions. You have to find a way to say, oh, look, the mind is freaking out. The mind is desperate. The emotions are freaking out. The emotions are desperate. And realize that there's something happening that isn't necessarily objectively true. Okay, now this helps you to relax a little bit. People who are able to manifest what they want deliberately, they find a way. They find a way to believe. They find a way to relax a little bit, and they find a way to be determined in the sense that they're able to stick with a plan on an ongoing basis, and they're able to, no matter, this is the most important part, no matter what the mind or the emotions are doing, they are willing to stick to the plan. They are willing to push through and bulldoze through and say, you know what? Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because I am plowing through this thing. And you don't have to know how you know, but you just know. And it doesn't matter what the emotions are doing and what the mind is doing. That is what you need to know in order to overcome them, so that you don't make that story, that unconscious story, real and true for you. Because haven't all of us experienced the experience of, oh my gosh, I just messed up. I just made a total mistake. I just blew up, or I just freaked out, or I just had an emotional behavior with my specific person that wasn't cool. Yes. And don't you know, when that happens, that that's not actually really you. That's just you falling for the mind and falling for the emotions, because you're not choosing to be aware, and you're not choosing to be all the wiser to your emotions. So I think that once you relax a little bit, you have to focus on gaining some emotional stability. And there's actually many ways of doing that. Creating distance and disidentification between you and the emotions and you and the mind. You who is eternal, beyond the emotions, beyond the mind, not dependent on the emotions, not dependent on the mind, not dependent on anything. And then once you're able to kind of gain a little bit of consciousness around that, you can gain some confidence. So relax, consciousness, confidence. Confidence is what is going to allow you to have the determination to stick with the plan and to become a believer, but also stick with the path of being a believer, so that you can see it to the end, so that you can see the fruits of your manifestation. Okay, so you've got to find a way to be confident, and then that's going to translate into the determination that you need to be steadfast, so that you can actually manifest what you want in the end. And not freak out and become so unconscious that you derail the whole thing. The way that I do this for life in general is God state. God state, but God state is complicated. A lot of people don't get God state because they can't do the first two. They can't relax enough to get into God state. They can't hone enough awareness and consciousness to get into God state. So for some people, they think that they're achieving it, or they try and they know that they're not achieving it, or they think that they're achieving it and they're not really achieving it. But God state is essentially this sense of confidence that is so profound, it's life changing, and it changes the game. And it's a staple in my manifesting that I do God state every day, twice a day. And no matter what I teach, I always teach God state twice a day. It's not replaceable. Now, there's a whole lot of other things that I have been getting into lately in regards to transcending emotions, transcending trauma, and transcending all of those fears around relationships and around life in general that you know is playing out, that's actually stupid and is causing you to behave in all kinds of erratic ways. There's a whole lot to this, but it's not difficult. It's simple. However, God state, very important. And then there's all these other loopholes for transcendence, because you don't have to eliminate your emotions. That is what people think. They think, oh, I have to eliminate negativity and eliminate my emotions. You don't have to eliminate negativity and emotions. You have to know how to deal with them, how to live with them, how to deal with them, how to transcend them, and how to manifest what you want anyway. So this month in my coaching group, I already had a free master class on how to change your life in 3 days. You can watch that recording. The link to the class is going to be in the link below. That's inside my free group. It's free to join. Once you join, message me and ask me, where do I get the free class at? I will tell you how to take it. Now, what we have coming on later on in the this month, on Wednesday, the God State Masterclass. And this God State Masterclass is going to contain God State teachings that I have never taught before, because I'm going to explain how people who don't even know about manifesting achieve God State organically and naturally without even trying. So you're going to get more ways to come into God state that aren't so complicated and might actually work better for you, so that you can gain that confidence and that determination on an ongoing basis. And the 31st of the month, we're going to have my Get Out of a Funk Masterclass, where I'm going to talk about all the rest of the stuff around how to transcend your trauma and your emotions so that you can disidentify with it and not allow it to ruin your life, your manifestation, and your relationship. So anyways, all of that is in my free group. So that link's going to be in the pinned comment below. I love you guys. I'm going to be going live periodically and releasing more videos. Make sure that you check out the videos that I have set to premiere for this month already. When you click the subscribe button and you click that bell button and you click all, you're going to be notified every time that I come out with a new video. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.